Just a disclaimer, this video is like dead serious. No joking. We're not like just doing this for clout or nothing. This is dead for real, how we feel. And yeah, I just wanted to put it out there. It's not gonna be one of my normal funny videos. No memes and stuff in this. For like, I'm being so serious about everything I'm saying in this video. What's up, guys? Back to another video. So today we're going to be doing 10's opinions on everything that's happening around in America right now. That includes the George Floyd, the riots, the looting, the protest, our president, anything like that. To be honest, it's a crazy topic. It's not something we should have to feel like we shouldn't have to be making this video right now. You know, it's like, come on, guys. Like, last time I checked, slaves were freed a good minute ago. And a little bit more than 56 years. We've been equal. We've been equal for that long. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that we still have to like you know, like we still going through this. Like it's been happening for so long. Like, it's been almost like over 400 years that Black people and colored people have been discriminated against, oppressed, and racism and oppression and all that stuff has been around for so long for no reason. Like, there should be no reason that because of the color of my skin, I am seen different, as I am seen as a weapon. I am seen as less than because of that. And it's really, you know, it's really trifling. But yeah, so the following stuff is all opinions. Y'all don't have to take it to, like, it doesn't, how I feel and how you feel can be totally different, but that doesn't make my opinion wrong, and it does not make your opinion wrong. So yeah, the first topic I wanted to speak on was the George Floyd situation. And when I mean George Floyd, I mean like George Floyd and all police brutality acts that have been committed. So how I first feel about it is like, there should be that shouldn't have happened. First thing first, let's look at the facts. Okay, so George Floyd went to a shop, I guess, and cashed in a check. The owner or whoever, the cashier, thought it was a bad check, so they called the police. Okay, cool. We don't know the motive to them thinking it was a bad check, it was forgery or whatever. But hey, they did. Cool. You called the police. The George Floyd did not resist. He simply just wants to know why he was getting arrested. And the cop, the one that had the knee on his neck, he found the need to basically like I guess you would say bully him and like beat him down and stuff. And at the point of where he had his knee on his neck, it was so unnecessary. George Floyd was on his stomach with handcuffs, and there was three other officers around. So with 4 officers and 1 person, y'all still felt the need you still felt the need for that? Like, quite frankly, it doesn't make much sense to me, because at that point in time, George Floyd was now, at that point, he had no way to do anything to any of y'all. He was on his stomach on the ground, face front, and in handcuffs, but y'all still felt the need to have a hand on his neck. And then it's sad because I Can't Breathe didn't just start now. It started in Eric Garner's situation in, I believe it was New York, when the police had him in a chokehold. Like, those aren't training procedures that a cop, nope, I can bet you 9 times out of 10 they did not teach a cop to go, hey, yeah, you can put your knee on somebody's neck. But, the problem is, it was racially motivated. Nobody can tell me this was not racially motivated. Because if it was a white man, I'm just going to say straight up, if that was a white man, it wouldn't be the same. We would not be in the same situation. Nobody would be dead right now. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. I feel like it was so wrong, and it was so unnecessary, and that was truly just somebody using up their power. And as for the cops that were there and did not say anything, they are just as bad. And they were just as part of the murder as anybody, as the guy that actually did it. Because that's like, if I'm driving the car for a friend, so let's say I'm in a car and my friend's robbing a bank and I am in the car and I'm the getaway driver, I am as in just as much trouble as the person that actually robbed the bank. So they should be in just as much trouble as the person that actually committed the crime, because they are also there to protect and be as like be us somebody that's supposed to make us feel safe. And I do not feel safe around cops from because of stuff like that. And the cops that don't say nothing about it. So all the cops that don't say nothing about it, they just as bad in my opinion. And that's sad that I have to feel that way, but that's how it is. Like, that's just, it is what it is. We can't, at this point, we can't change nothing about how other people act, but we can change about the amount of time, about how we talk about it and how we actually make it known. Like, we are mad, we are angry, because it's not okay. It never will be okay. It never should have been okay. It's, it's sad. Next, it's kind of like, how the whole situation was handled beyond just like the actual action at hand. I'm talking about like how he was sent to jail. Okay, I feel like, okay, he was charged, whoop-de-doo, but is he really gonna be put in jail? Is he really gonna get a sentence? And if he is sentenced, then every one of the other cops there should be sentenced also. And it also really angered me how they said that they needed more evidence before they could charge him with anything. If you have solid video proof of somebody killing somebody, then that should be enough evidence, point blank, period. That, like, there shouldn't be no more investigation. At that point, you have watched a man die on the side of the road, saying he's screaming he cannot breathe, and you still feel the need to say that you have to investigate it more? In my personal opinion, the guy that had a knee in the neck should have been arrested that day, and they should have went from there. And I don't think there should be a bail. Because if they would have caught a black person on camera killing somebody, he would have been done for. He would have been in jail by now. There would have been no question about it, And so that's really, it's not okay how they went through, like, it's just not. That's my biggest thing. Like, it's not okay, and it should have never been okay. This should have never been something that we've been have to deal with for so long. It's never supposed to be like this. Our skin color should not be something that either protects us or puts us in harm's way. Like, our skin itself should be a shield and protect us. Our actual skin, not the color of it. Our color of our skin should not change anything about nobody. Because I could be just as intelligent, the best person ever, but because I am black and somebody else is white, I will be seen as a target before the other person. And that's pitiful. It's terrible. It is terrible. I don't care what nobody says. It is terrible. And it's the fact that, like, some people are so open about it. Like, how can you vividly show, like, respect towards somebody that does something that is racist and oppresses black people and colored people? How can you feel comfortable being around somebody like that? Let's say, okay, I'm saying this for like any white person or any person that supports racism. Let's say for one day you became black, you became Hispanic. That your bestie bud that was racist along with you now sees you as a threat, now sees you as a problem, now sees you as a disease that should be getting rid of. Like, so I should not be 14 and worried about when I get older, if I get pulled over, what's gonna happen. But that's what we deal with today. And then next is the protest. With how it was handled in the protesting, I'm gonna put this out there. This is how you can tell it's racially motivated, because it's for quarantine, when quarantine started, there was a whole bunch of white people out there with guns and standing by Capitol, like guns, like big old guns, standing by Capitol, and nothing happened to them. There was no tear gas, there were no rubber bullets. And Trump claimed that they were being peaceful and not telling the governor to give them what they want. But as soon as some black people are protesting because you are killing our brothers and sisters because of the color of their skin, we are now seen as thugs. And when they start looting, we start shooting. So if that's the mentality that our president shall have, then best believe they're gonna get something back. This goes along with what I'm saying. Like we give back what we receive. So there's only so far you can push us before we fly off the cliff. And that's just how it is. That's for any human being. You can't expect to treat us like trash and not expect us to retaliate sometimes. And I understand looting places, that's not correct. You should not be stealing. That's a crime at that point. You're stealing. You're breaking stuff. Vandalism, whatever. Okay. But there is so far you can take somebody before they fly off the cliff. And that's what they have to realize. We're not thugs for looting sometimes. We're angry people. People that are mad because we are treated differently for no reason. And it's sad that we are seen as thugs and seen as gangsters and this and the third because we are mad. We are mad, and that's just how it is. We are angry because we've been going through this for over 400 years, and you expect us to not be mad? 400 years. This same ground that we done built plantations on. This same ground that probably got the bones of my ancestors on, and you expect us not to be mad because it's now 2020 and we are still treated like we're nothing? I agree with the concept of protesting, the concept of being peaceful. I also agree with how angry people are. I agree with them expressing how angry we are. I don't agree with looting places like Lenox Mall. And although that stuff is replaceable and all of that stuff, it's still no reason to tear down something that it had no connection. Lenox Mall did nothing to you. So there's no reason that we should be looting places just for the fun of it at that point, It's pointless. But I did want to make it clear that when it came in Target in where was it? Minneapolis, I think. Yeah. The Targets there refused to sell milk to the protesters that had tear gas in their eyes. That is the reason they originally looted Target. They didn't do it just because. We didn't do it just for the fun of it. There were reasons to why. And then what's extra sad and extra trifling is the fact that we have video proof of a cop busting windows and starting fires in Minneapolis. But then you're gonna blame it on us. So if we finna project what's happening, if we're gonna talk about the looting, let's make sure we include everybody. Let's include that there were just as many white people as there were black people, if not more. Don't just show the black people on camera. Don't just show the people who don't show us as the criminals when that's not even the case here. That's not even all that happened. It just angers me how we're always seen as a target and we're always seen as a threat when that shouldn't be the case. Nobody should be judged by the color of their skin. And that's not saying, and like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I want people to be equal. Like, it's like, I'm not asking for y'all to make black people the best. I'm not asking for y'all to make black people on top of everybody else. Because we know how it feels to be belittled. So we're not going to put ourselves on top and act like we all superior when we already know what it feels like. We ain't finna belittle other people, but we're simply asking y'all to treat us equal. Do not kill our brothers and sisters for being black. Don't treat us differently just because of the color of our skin. Because think of it like this. If you had to be scared that your brother or sister, uncle, cousin, nephew, dad, whoever might get shot up for being black, then you wouldn't do that to yourself. Most people, matter of fact, I can guarantee all people, anybody, they would not be wanting to be treated the same way that black people are treated in society today. And the sad part is that it didn't even start today, Overall, I don't want to make this too long because I do have other videos from my friends and stuff. They're like, this ain't right. It's not. It shouldn't be like this. I shouldn't be having to make this video. Like, it's not. But I'm glad that I do have a platform that I can actually post on and show y'all, like, although teenagers, like, we can only do so much. We can only do so much. But it does affect us too. We feel it. Like, we understand. We see it. We do. Racism is not born, it is taught. So I'm not even gonna say I don't believe that all white people are racist. But if white people specifically racist white people, for obvious, if they can assume that we are thugs, we are gangsters, we will kill people and shoot and we steal and this, that, and the third, then we can assume they're racist until they prove us different. We give back what we receive. So if you're gonna give us hatred, don't expect us to show y'all love. If y'all finna come and put tear gas in our eyes, don't expect us to be peaceful still. Sometimes stuff has to be taken to the next measure. And that's the only reason I support some of the looting. Cause it's like, how far can you push us? We are human. How far can you push somebody until they fall off the cliff? But I'm not trying to start ranting. But I want to put my opinion out there, specific, like, on my channel. Once again, these are my opinions. These are how I feel about the situations. Y'all can feel completely different, but that is on you. I don't want to hear my opinion is wrong because it's not. Your opinion is not wrong because it's not. Opinions are opinions. They're for everybody. Everybody can have their own. But yeah. But now I'm going to be showing some of the clips and I'm going to be reading some of the different things that my friends did say about this whole situation and how they feel about it, because some of my friends said some stuff. They had some opinions on it and stuff. And so, yeah, I'll answer the videos and I'll there's be a video of me reading some of the ones that my friends also sent in. But here's I'm about to read off. With my friend Malia, I mentioned her in my last videos. This is her opinion on it. Or this is what she wrote for me to say. I'm looking down because I'm reading off my iPad. So, she said Malia's opinion. So, they equals racist people when I'm reading this. Okay. Racism and police brutality has been around since the Emancipation Proclamation, and the worst riots, fires has happened through the 70s and 90s, usually in New York and California. For the events that have happened recently, I agree with the Malcolm X approach, because as smart as Martin Luther King was, 100% peaceful approach, it isn't matching our time anymore. And as Killer Mike said, people do need to calm down and think smart by strategizing, organizing, and affecting the system, not just the people. First, by handling these polls in November and getting that orange dude out of office. Be careful what and who you're affecting when you destroy to make a point. Just make sure it's not your own people in your own life. It's very sad that it's very, very sad what's being shown lately. If my mom saw that video and she started crying, which was kind of shocked me, and she said specifically, what she said specifically shocked me. And she said specifically, why do we get treated like this? I don't know, but it has to stop. To be honest, people are probably going to forget about all this next year, but it's always happening. Just because something isn't recorded or something isn't on the news doesn't mean it's not going on. I don't know why they hate us. They probably believe the world should be one color without us negatively affecting their lives. But really, it's just the way around. But a rainbow is beautiful, and it works perfectly fine together. Same with nature. When was the last time you saw a rabbit and the bears bickering, or the beaver saying he's better than the platypus? It needs to stop. And it probably won't. But black people and other minorities don't need to go down without a fight. And yeah, I'm mad about it. And I finally not just understand how bad it is, but I see how bad it is with my eyes and heart. And that's how she feels. That's what Malia wrote. My age, like black girl, like we truly are hurt by this. Like I'm not making this stuff up, Next, this one's short. This one's from Lexi, my other friend. She's a year older than me. She said, this is her opinion on it. She said, if you're neutral about the situation, you've chosen your side. All lives matter, but in reality, black lives are the ones being targeted the most right now. Not saying blacks are superior, but they are the only race that needs this attention. And they definitely have a target on the back for having brown skin. Like it's obvious. There's no question towards whether or not we're treated differently. We're not confused about how we feel. We're very clear on it. But yeah.
It's from my friend Akeem. He's a black male. I only truly care for my race and black community. We have white people saying we should have kept them as slaves and doing unnecessary stuff, then wonder why we do the things we do and react how we do. Racism needs to stop ASAP. At this point, I'm becoming numb to it. I feel as though we are just as good, if not better than most whites because of how they act. As a black person in America, you always have to watch your back because you never know who's talking behind it. My friend Austin, he's also black male. Racism is nothing to play about, and people protesting is fine, but the only problem is that people are tearing down countries and cities that they will have to build right back up with their tax monies. And cops have been doing this for a while now, but it's just being brought to the light. People are starting to report. Cops are supposed to arrest the criminals, not be the criminals themselves. This is my friend Nick, another black male. History is repeating itself time and time again. African Americans are so regularly victims of unjustified, unprovoked, and unforgivable police violence that it will be willful blindness to think that this pattern will suddenly stop. I don't completely support the riots, but I do understand where they're coming from. Justice for George Floyd. # Black Lives Matter.
The rest of the videos, some people are talking. Sometimes you can see their face. Some of them you can't, But yeah, let's just get to this.
First of all, if you can't see that what these people are doing is wrong, or if you think that they deserve justice, the white cops shooting these black people and killing these black men, if you think that they deserve justice or that what they're doing, if you don't see a problem with that, then you're part of the problem with racism in America. I mean, black people have been oppressed for 400 years and it's still happening. And like the main thing with this is ignorant people and people who just don't care. But
I wanted to talk about this because I haven't been through something like that, but I get stared at for talking in Spanish. And nobody should ever be treated differently because of their language or their skin color. Like, it just hurts when people just look at you like you're nothing, especially white people. I am so sorry, but it's my opinion. They are the only ones who stare at me differently, like if I'm nothing. Honestly, this should be stopped. Like, no one should ever be treated differently. This has to be freaking stopped. Like, we shouldn't even have to go through this.
I want to start off with all the protesting and stuff that's going on. I feel like that is absolutely correct. I feel like we have to be violent for them to hear our voice. I feel like we have to take a stand at one point because we have been sitting here and watching each other die one by one way too long now. And it's like they're not doing nothing about it. They're not even trying to like fix the world. And it's like we can't change the color of our skin, but the color of our skin doesn't define us or who we are or what we are or what we're doing with our lives. And I feel like it's all just really crazy that this is the generation that we have.
My opinion on it all is I just feel as if what happened to him was unnecessary because it shouldn't have went down like that. And to the cop that was standing right there and didn't do anything, I feel like they all need to be put in jail. Getting fired is not enough. And with the protests, I feel like they're not gonna listen if we're being calm about it, if we're being peaceful, because we've been peaceful too long and stuff is still going on. And I feel like to the people saying that all lives matter, yes, all lives matter. Black lives matter the most because they have protection. They don't have to worry about what we have to worry about. So yes, all lives matter, but Black lives matter. And that's that on that.
Okay, so this one girl, she posted, not mind you, this was a non-African American person, but she posted, why is everyone protesting and stuff now? Like, yeah, America isn't perfect, but y'all are acting like there are slaves when really we are living in an amazing country. So I'm going to show y'all some videos. Tell me if this looks like an amazing country we're living in. So this is an amazing country. Make sure you know what you're talking about before you post stuff because it's not true. And then here's another issue. It says, I want to unpack how silent some of my Hispanic acquaintances constantly are when it comes to black issues. Exactly. Y'all are silent. I don't see y'all posting anything, trying to help about anything. But you feel free to say the word nigga. Okay. And another thing is, you feel like you're free to say it just because you have 1% black in you. I bet you don't. You just want to find an excuse to say it. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna show you guys some videos of y'all's amazing country. What a good country we live in, right? Yeah, look at these videos.
And then you have to deal with the legal system. Are we going to have the same legal system for police officers that we have for the average adult?
It's a shame that our fathers and mothers are killed and we can't receive them anymore.
So I hope watching those videos kind of put into perspective, like, this is not just me, it's not just one person, it's not just two people. This is a thing that we all feel the same, from all different races and backgrounds, and we all feel like we should not all have to make these videos. I'm gonna say this one more time. This is not something we have to deal with, but we've been dealing with this for so long, and it's so tiring being a Black person in America. Not even, and like, I can be lucky to say I haven't lost a family member or a close friend of mine to police brutality. But the sad part is, in the future I might, and that's a very high possibility that I might, you know. But yeah, I just want to put this in perspective. I'm not making this for clout. I'm not making this for nothing but just to spread the word. And like, yeah, I hope this, for even adults that watch this, I hope y'all see that we do care. We care a lot. Trust me, we do. And we might not always be able to do stuff about it, but we for real do. Like, we feel strongly about this, you know? And like, anything we can do peacefully, we will try. I've signed the petition. I signed the petition for George Floyd, all of that stuff, you know. This is the best way I can spread and explain how I feel. And yeah, I agree with almost everything that everybody said. But y'all know my opinion because I've said it before, you know. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And tell all your friends and family that your girl got a YouTube channel. #George Floyd, Black Lives Matter. Bye.